Hi, welcome back to Inside Charlottesville, your local monthly public affairs TV program. I'm your host, Afton Schneider, Director of Communications and Public Engagement for the city. On this episode, we'll go on the spot with City Manager Sam Sanders. We'll take you to last month's e-bike demo day at Ting Pavilion, presented by Neighborhood Development Services and the city's Office of Sustainability. Public Safety Information Officer Kyle Irvin shares an update from the police department regarding scam calls and upcoming events and takes you on location to a technical rescue course with the fire department. We'll hear from Todd Divers, City Commissioner of the Revenue, with details about real estate tax relief for the elderly and disabled. Director of Utilities, Lauren Hildebrand, shares highlights of the Charlottesville Natural Gas Decarbonization Study Final Report. And we get to know Roy Fitch, Employment and Financial Opportunity Manager for the city. Hi everyone, welcome back to On the Spot. I'm here with City Manager Sam Sanders. Sam, where are we today?
We're on the downtown mall. We're actually in Central Place on the downtown mall.
Yeah, with this really great backdrop. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, this was part of our holiday design that we worked with the Friends of Seville Downtown, and we decided to keep it here.
I think we could keep this all year. What do you think?
The plan is to keep it all year long because it basically is placemaking. It's branding. It's where we are.
Placemaking. I love to hear that. Speaking of placemaking, it's such a beautiful day today.
Yes, it is.
It's February. It's 60-something degrees, and it's really refreshing. I see all of these people on the mall today. I mean, tell everybody what you're seeing today.
Yeah, 30 days ago it was covered in snow, and now we have everybody outside. I love it. I prefer to be outside like this. But yeah, folks are out. They're actually eating outside again, so hopefully we can get closer to this being a regular thing again.
Totally agree. And speaking of being outdoors and this great downtown mall, I see some trees down here. And tell folks where we just came from.
Yeah, we just visited Parks and Rec Department. They, one of our consultants is in town working on our urban forestry management program. It was a good chance for me to hear kind of the work that's going on, talk to our staff and the consultant about how we're working on trying to make sure that we protect and improve our tree canopy.
That's amazing. And again, speaking of being outside, last week we went to an e-bike demonstration.
Yeah, that was fun.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so what City is doing an e-bike voucher program. We're going to raffle off some vouchers so that folks can actually buy e-bikes. And the goal is just to promote multimodal transportation, so there's more than one way to get around. And the city is supporting that as a part of our climate initiative and healthy initiative. So I came out to the pavilion and got on an e-bike with a few folks and took a ride with the city councilor, and it was fun. We had a good time. The weather was great for that too.
And I think if you guys keep tuning in, you will actually see City Manager Sanders and Councilor Ostrin on their e-bikes from the demonstration last week.
On my bike.
Anything else you want to add before I let you off the spot?
Yeah, I mean, we'll keep working on the different things that we need to and try to make sure that we always are working to enhance the quality of life for everyone who chooses to call home Charlottesville.
That's amazing. All right, well, Sam, I can literally do it this time. Thank you for being
On the spot.
On the spot.
So we have an e-bike demonstration in a way to kind of help promote the new program that we rolled out January 1st, which is the Charlottesville e-bike voucher grant program. So folks are going to be able to come down. We're trying to encourage a lot of city employees, but anyone can come. Get on a helmet and try out some great bikes that our local bike shops have for us, including the Charlottesville e-bike lending library, which is a nonprofit here in Charlottesville. So we've got, 10 or so different models, different sizes, and folks can learn more about what e-bikes have to offer.
Hello, I'm Todd Divers, City Commissioner of the Revenue. I'd like to share some key information regarding real estate tax relief for the elderly and disabled in 2025. In order to qualify, you must be 65 or older or permanently and totally disabled. You must own the home and reside in the home. You may not own any other real estate. Income must be below a certain threshold, which is $62,100 for 2025. Please note, there is now a triennial application. If you qualified last year and your last name begins with H through P, you will need to provide a copy of IRS Form 1040 for the applicant, spouse, and any other co-owners residing in the home. If you did not file IRS Form 1040 last year, you will need to provide income documentation. If you qualified last year and your last name begins with A through G or Q through Z and your income has not changed more than 10% since the prior year, then all you need to do is recertify with our office by simply informing us that you would like to be in the program again. If you are a first-time applicant or did not apply last year, you will need to complete an application and provide documents. Applications can be submitted between February 1st and April 1st. Folks who qualified last year will be receiving an application or recertification documents in the mail. You can also apply online at charlottesville.gov/COR or visit us in City Hall to apply in person. Please call ahead to make an appointment and remember to bring your income documents. Call 434-970-3160 with any questions. Thank you.
Hey y'all, it's Lieutenant Greg Wade here with the Charlottesville Police Department to give a few tips on scam calls. We get a fair amount of scam calls throughout the city, Commonwealth, and wanted to provide a little education to our community about what to do if you believe you've received one. So the most important thing, first and foremost, is not to answer any numbers or any calls from numbers that you don't recognize. You want to be very careful not to give out any personal identifying information to anyone over the phone that you do not know or you cannot verify independently. And also make sure to remember that the Charlottesville Police Department is never going to ask for or solicit any type of money, gift cards, or anything of that nature from you over the phone. If you believe that you're speaking to someone with the Charlottesville Police Department, you're not sure that you can verify their identity, you can always contact either of the numbers that we're going to list on the screen at the end of this video. Stay safe.
Hi, my name is Kelly Molina and I work here at the Charlottesville Police Department. This is really exciting because our Charlottesville Police Department has never hosted a Hispanic Citizens Academy, and so this will be the first for our Hispanic population to come and learn more about the ins and outs of what the department does. And it starts February 26th. And if you are interested in applying, please go to charlottesville.gov/police and fill out the application. We look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks.
So the difference between the training that we've done at our training center versus what we've done here is this is an acquired structure. We've worked with the construction companies, with Piedmont Housing. They've been nice enough to give us the structure here. The crews don't have any idea what we have going on here. What we did, we set it up. We basically put victims inside. We put in smoke machines inside. We set it up to be basically a residential structure fire without the fire. And the crews don't know anything about it. The crews know that they have to be at the station at 7 o'clock this morning. At 10 o'clock this morning, they were getting a call. I dispatched the call. They came down. There was no pre-planning, thinking the scenario out, coming up with a game plan, anything like that. They showed up. They found a fire. They found smoke. They found the situation, and they dealt with the situation. They put it out. They went in. They found the victims. They found how many victims they had, which they come to find out there was 4 victims inside the structure, and they took care of the situation. So basically we treated it as if this was a 2 o'clock in the morning call and this place was on fire and nobody knew about it. Just like it would be a normal situation. So basically what we're doing is the technical rescue course that we're offering. It's the last 2 days of it, today and tomorrow. And basically what they're doing is they're getting the entry level for rope operations. They're learning mechanical advantages, they're learning how to hook up rope systems, how to rappel, how to do any kind of like rope operations that we could be asked to do. The Stokes basket, which you saw them doing, that basically would be like a litter that we would use. If we had somebody, for instance, go over the embankment, get injured, and they can't walk out on their own, we could lay them in it, we could strap them into it, and then we could carry them out of it. But what we would do is we would use that rope operations to hook up to them, and then that would assist with getting them, with carrying the load, versus us just having to manhandle the basket out of the up the hill. It would actually give us something to actually pull the basket up the hill with, and that way we can do it in a safe manner.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hildebrand, the Director of the Department of Utilities for the City of Charlottesville. and I am happy to announce that the final report for the Charlottesville Natural Gas Decarbonization Study is now available to the community. In our role as the owner and operator of a natural gas utility, the Department of Utilities initiated and funded this study as part of ongoing work to address the challenges of decarbonizing energy-related emissions in the community. The study supports 2 citywide greenhouse gas reduction goals adopted by City Council in 2019, which are a 45% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 and carbon neutrality by 2050. The project began in the fall of 2022 with a department-sponsored community survey on gas mitigation, soon followed by the selection of the consulting firm Black & Veatch to help spearhead the study going forward. Community engagement was an important part of this project, including connecting with residents and business owners from both the City of Charlottesville and Albemarle County and presenting to City Council. Utilities engaged with Black & Veatch to explore opportunities to decarbonize the existing gas system and assess the associated cost, impact on customer gas rates, and emissions impacts of decarbonization initiatives. The study also examined Charlottesville Gas's existing energy efficiency programs and looked to identify any operational improvements for consideration to further reduce its emissions footprint. I am very pleased to be able to say that the study confirms that Charlottesville Gas is already on track to nearly meet the short-term 2030 carbon reduction target of 45% for city-only natural gas-related emissions by using a combination of its existing initiatives and efforts. To meet long-term goals, the study explores how the utility can promote more efficient gas usage, procure lower carbon fuel supplies and certified carbon offsets, as well as ways it can continue to enhance its system to reduce methane emissions. The decarbonization study is an important beginning and provides a framework for Charlottesville Gas to continue to build upon already identified near-term actions, which include the implementation of a new fee structure where revenue gathered from this fee will be reinvested to fund the expansion of weatherization programs that reduce a home's overall energy usage, and we will continue to improve current programs as well as partner with other city offices. We invite you to take a look at the final report as well as additional information surrounding the study by visiting the city's website at charlottesville.gov/utilities.
We're pleased to have you here for this important time. This time is a moment that represents over a year of hard work and collaboration between the City of Charlottesville, the County of Albemarle, and the University of Virginia. Yeah, Project Safe Neighborhoods, simply put, is a designation by the U.S. Attorney's Office that really supports regional collaboration around the issue of community safety. And one of the things that my organization, as the Equity Center at UVA, as well as the President's Council on Community Partnerships, what we look at is how to coalesce and build a coalition around the partners regionally that are addressing this issue, with a primary focus on community advocacy groups, community nonprofits, local law enforcement, as well as regional partners in our local government, such as human services that provide services to individuals. Really what we look at during this organization and during this sort of process is how do we call individuals in order to provide them holistic support as an alternative path down this road that impacts our community with unsafe activity as well as issues that plague our region.
Yeah, so I serve in 2 roles. I serve on President's Council and I also work for Albemarle County Public Schools. This is just one of those initiatives that has been able to partner and bring in all of the partners that need to be there because we're a small city and in a small location.
The Department of Human Services is part of the Project Safe Neighborhood project by leveraging our community partnerships and using our partners in the community that serve youth, that serve adults in the community who need some supportive services to get on the right track. So Our role is to make sure that we have everyone at the table, because this is a collaborative effort, because in order for this project to work, we need to be connecting to other strengths and assets in the community, because we can't do it alone.
We're asking everyone to join hands and join forces to try to provide services to people who need them, and also accountability for people who need that. We think by joining forces together, we're going to make a big difference around how this community feels and how people get their needs met. One of the things I can help do is try to talk about all the sources of funding that might contribute to this project, both from local government, federal government, and local grants, private grants as well, to try to help leverage as many resources in our regional approach as we can.
You know, UVA is the community. We're a critical piece of the Charlottesville-Albemarle area, and what I think most excites me about this project is the opportunity to work closely with my colleagues in the city, in the county, and the United States Attorney's Office to really make a positive and meaningful impact on violent crime. Violent crime knows no boundaries. It has no idea where the lines between city and county and universities may intersect. And so it's important to approach this issue in a collaborative way, and I'm proud that the university has stepped up to the plate to be a critical partner to this program.
Well, so first of all, one of the things we're doing now is identifying those prolific offenders that continue to prey on our community. It's a very small group of folks. Through a focused deterrence model, we're using that to identify these individuals and then do call-ins to see what kind of services they may need, to hopefully put them on a different path to where they're currently going.
It's not just about enforcement action, it's about taking opportunities to reach those who are at risk for conducting criminal violence. So this is a great opportunity to do some preventive work on the front end with our community partners to make our community a much safer place.
I'm Roy Fitch. I work with the City of Charlottesville's Downtown Job Center. I serve as the Employment and Financial Opportunity Manager. I work with both the Downtown Job Center and Home to Hope. So that role actually requires me to work with the Job Center to help people gain access to job opportunities, and then also to manage the daily operations of the Home to Hope program, which is the city's reentry program that serves individuals who have been formerly incarcerated and who are now trying to get back in touch with the resources that are available to them in the city of Charlottesville and the surrounding area. I think that the Home to Hope program does a great job of helping people who feel like they don't have anywhere else to turn to. And they do a great job also of holding people accountable so that they understand it's a give and take and that both parties, you know, can be successful together. And then also the Downtown Job Center is definitely a great job center in itself, where it allows people to continue their employment search and just have every single possible resource at their fingertips if they choose to take advantage of it. Personally, I enjoy helping people who feel hopeless, but then also helping people who already have skills and talents and abilities within them, and just helping them basically understand or I guess discover what they already have inside of them versus what I'm sharing with them. They're sharing with me, and then we take what they already have as a skill or talent set and use that to help them shine. For myself, it's usually either that people need to be motivated. So especially when it comes to the job market, people need to be motivated to take advantage of the opportunities that are out here before them. And then when it comes to Home to Hope, usually it's going to be that we're catching people who may have tried some things for some time and were completely unaware of the fact that Home to Hope even exists. So they may have did some things to try to get back on track that may not have been successful, and all the while they didn't even know Home to Hope exists as a program. For me, it would be Spain because it seems like it's an enchanting place or a beautiful place. I do know Spanish. I wouldn't tell a lot of people that, but I actually studied I think I studied 8 years of Spanish, but it was equivalent to 6 years of actual instruction. So I do know Spanish, but I think going to Spanish-speaking countries will help me, become even better at it.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Inside Charlottesville. I'm your host, Afton Schneider. See you next month.